Caution is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Forbidden Desert.
Howdy.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think?
It's rough.
It is rough.
It is a brutal game.
Rough like sand, almost.
You know,
Like
a coarse.
like a coarseness
Yeah.
to it. So this game came out quite a bit ago. I don't quite remember what year, but it took the world by storm. Hey!
You could say people thirst for its gameplay.
For its difficult gameplay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, the first thing I want to ask you two is, now that Forbidden Sky is out, which one do you guys like better?
I still like this one better. It's a lot less put together-y. Like, you don't have to worry about so many things going on. You just have to fight sand.
Yeah. That's for me. I like Forbidden Sky better. I think it was. I feel like it's more engaging.
Yeah, I'm glad the same opinion.
Yeah, this one I was kind of like after Forbidden Sky, because I used to love this one. But after Forbidden Sky, I was like, this is kind of boring. Like, you're not really doing.
No, look, it's sand.
Yeah, more sand gets piled up, and the eye moves around, and I don't know. I like that added stress of having to work, like build the terrain or build the map around, and use Faraday cages to avoid lightning and wind tunnels to avoid wind and stuff like that, while also trying to think of. It just had more. I felt like it was more involved. Like, you're not as reactive as you are in this one. This one, you're just like, all right, I'll get rid of some sand. Oh, more sand. I'm gonna just keep working.
Yeah, I like how you said that that the difficulty was eased in this game. You know, in some games, when the storm gets caught in a corner, but it just happened to get caught in a corner where two of our core critical components were.
Right.
And they were just swarmed with sand.
Yeah, and this game kind of hinges on more. You really need a specific character. You need the climber in this one. And so the climber can move through blocked tunnels and take people with him. And like last time I played this, it was at a 2-player game, and it was a joke. Like he was like, I'm gonna play as the climber, and then I can't remember who I played as, the archaeologist, I think, and it was just like, yeah, we had no issues. Because we only had one person who was able to clear up tiles, whereas the meteorologist, I don't think is really that good. Like, yeah, it's nice.
I didn't feel like I did much. I mean, I did a little healing.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it was as much as, like, the medic was in Forbidden Sky.
Yeah. I say once you find your first tunnel, I feel a little redundant.
Yeah.
Because, like, before then, when you're vulnerable, yeah, it's scary. But...
And then the navigator is good, because it's like, well, I'll move you in spots, but once more sand happens, it's like, oh, okay, great, now I'm useless because I can't move you anywhere. So I feel like as Forbidden Sky has come out, my love for this one has lessened. But what did you think, Josh? Because you haven't played Forbidden Sky.
Kind of the same thing. Like, it does get boring because you're only trying to defend yourself against the sand. The randomness of tile placement also adds difficulty, so there's a thing of chance. And
that is also true, yeah.
Just because, like, each card can shift how it goes, and how you said, if the storm, being the empty space, gets in a corner, it doesn't really do anything, but if the storm's right next to a component we need, like the landing pad,
right,
and the last piece to get this,
yeah,
which would have put, where is the other orange one?
It would have put it right here.
Yeah,
so I mean, yeah, and it definitely sucks because when it's in a corner, and it just happened to be like this, it literally pretty much just ever moves back and forth. It's hard pressed that it's like the eye's going to continuously move around.
Yeah.
It usually just kind of stays dumb in one area. But at the same time, we literally drew all gear cards. And the gear is nice, and it would have definitely saved us, but only for a short amount of time. Like, if we had gotten our Dew Blasters and used them, yeah, we would have completely cleared these, and that would have given us a bunch of sand.
But then there's the added difficulty of getting through this when none of us can, only one person can remove 2 tiles at a time.
Right, right. And so, I mean, I think we definitely had some good plays, but at the same time, and Forbidden Sky did this too, and I'm sure Forbidden Island does as well, is it gives you items, but it's kind of like that, what game did we play? Where it's like, Breath of the Wild, where it gives you good items, but you never want to use them because they're always breaking. So you're like, I'm going to wait for a better chance. And this one does that, where you never want to use your gear because you're like, what if it gets worse? And so it's like, but we need to use them. But then it's always worse later on, because I knew once I remembered that the next Solar Shield, I'm like, there's no way. We're drawing 6 cards, we have 5 sand dunes, like sand tiles left. But ultimately, yeah, it is a game of randomness. The way the tiles are placed, you'll sit here, and we could have easily just only drawn these the entire time and been like, oh, there it is. And I think when the game goes that way, it's way too easy because you're not having to dig through stuff to have to pick up the item. You're just like, okay, great, found it, pick it up. And then it's like, all right, well, we just need to find the landing pad. And at that point, yeah, there's more sand and more stuff, but you're also getting more gear. I don't know. I think after this one, I was like, man, I'm kind of bored going through this. What do you think? Because you said you still like this one better than
Yeah.
Forbidden Sky. How come?
Yeah. How come?
Hmm?
Well, because this one's less puzzling. I said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Well, this one certainly feels like it's more of a meta, character-wise.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You want a navigator and a climber.
yeah. Yeah, that is very true.
Them 2 characters together. I
Yeah,
think-
you kind of have to build a team, it seems, to deal with all the...
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I know you like to do the random characters.
Yeah, and that's actually the rules.
Oh, that is
yeah,
the rules.
yeah.
Oh,
That's not actually my.
Oh.
Typically, my house rules are that anyway. But yeah, shuffle the 6 adventure cards and randomly deal 1 to each player.
oh, okay, all right.
So
it is-
you kind of get what you get. And Forbidden Sky was the same way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you kind of get what you get, and it's almost Pandemic. I think is the same way. I don't know if you choose your roles, but all these kind of games, feel like great. We didn't get the medic, so we're gonna lose. You almost have to have one particular role to do well, which I don't really like. The fact that you have to have that meta, but then again, we did pretty well. But I think our lack of this one was we didn't have enough sand removal, especially on in the way that the game just played out.
I think we did. We just used it too early
Mm-hmm.
because I think we didn't anticipate how big the sand piles were gonna get.
Right.
Yeah,
Because the only person that didn't get one was you, right? You didn't get a sand blaster.
No.
But
Yeah, it was just us
the
3.
3 did.
But we needed them
Mm.
at the time, so
We were overly cautious about the sun there for a little bit, and that kind of slowed us up.
that's true. That's true. We did kind of stick around in the tunnels a little too much.
Mhm.
Like, hey, I'm gonna clear this one sand tile, then just move back.
Right.
It's
It's like we all wanted to do our class jobs.
Yeah.
But that hurt us because
Yeah.
we should have.
And that shouldn't be the case.
Mhm.
You should be able to have your class jobs and be efficient as well.
Mhm.
And I think the only really efficient ones were it was you at the beginning, not really me at all, and you two. Kat being the most efficient, but that's because her ability is clearly defined in the way the game is played. We don't need someone to constantly move us. It's nice, but we can all move just fine. We can't get rid of a shit ton of tiles like she can, so she's really the only... it would have taken her 3 turns just to wipe this down versus us taking 7,
Yeah, 7 fucking actions.
Yeah, exactly, and at that point you're wasting it, and unfortunately, because some of these items aren't even really that... The Terrascope is nice, but the fact that every single tile is typically upside down, you hold on to this until you're you have 2 tiles left. So if we had held on to this, we would have been okay, well, let's use it and see which one of these 2 tiles we need. We would have looked at the one she's on and be like, great, it's not it. Fuck it. We lost because there's no way we're clearing that in time. So, I don't know. So things that's pretty much kind of stuff we don't like. What was it that you guys did like?
I like the fact it does require teamwork.
Yeah.
It's a good challenge-oriented game.
Mhm.
Just like the Forbidden Sky, that's about it's all about a puzzle.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a good gateway game.
Mhm.
Good gateway into a co-op game.
Unless you have Angry Moves.
Fairly simple setup.
That's huge.
Nice clean tiles and.
I think it's easier with less
Mhm.
players, mainly because it's kind of like you guys aren't doing enough that the game ramps too quickly with more people, just because more cards of this deck is getting drawn. What do you guys think of, especially you two? Forbidden Sky has like 18 cards, and all of them are bad.
Gotcha.
Except for all of them are bad, or not 18, like 15 cards. This one, like I said, is a deck. What do you guys think of the difficulty of the deck? Do you think it was still just as difficult because of all the sand moving
Well,
around?
we certainly didn't feel. I don't feel like in the early game, it didn't feel quite as oh shit. And like the early, like your protections are very limited early game in this one.
Mhm.
With Forbidden Sky, since you're building the map, you can create your defenses pretty early and not build in a way that we learned through our first game that don't stand on the lightning.
The lightning rod's like lean up
'cause
against
you're
it.
gonna fucking die. But this, until you find that first tunnel, you're like pissing in the wind. It's rough.
Yeah.
Then,
I do like the I do like the theme.
mm.
I like the sense of exploration. It is there, and the stress level is there. But after Forbidden Sky, and don't get me wrong, I don't hate this game by any means. It's just I think with Forbidden Sky, it has become more engaging. It has the same difficulty level, but I think you're more. I don't want to say in control, but I feel like you're more in control of the puzzle solving.
Mm-hmm.
More of, I can see the whole thing, let's plan around this while things are happening, versus things are happening, let's just kind of try and solve this puzzle while we're just more sand gets stacked up. It's almost like a reverse for me. Josh, what did you like? Besides the teamwork. I remember you did say that.
Co-op game, you obviously need teamwork. So I liked it. It actually put us in roles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that we had to have certain roles to win. But another thing, I like the gear. It was a neat spin on it,
Mm-hmm.
and how it's like scattered throughout. I do like how this is randomized in the sense where this is like coordinates on a map, where the piece is gonna be like 2 times we had pieces on the exact square that you were in.
That I'm leaning on, apparently.
Oh my god.
God, man, this sun is just
Oh.
kicking my ass. But thank God I have this metal engine to cool me. Oh, the engine!
I like the little ship figurine.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool, because this fits in there, and then you all take off. This was always a nice aesthetic thing, but after Forbidden Sky, it's not as cool.
I do like that they give you like something hands-on.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I don't know if Island does that. I have not played that one.
I too like the theme, trapped in a desert.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you were telling me about the game, you're like, we have a ship that crashed in a desert. I was like, or we're finding pieces of a ship. In my head, I'm like, so are we like trying to find a ship in the desert used to be like an ocean? Because I thought you meant a ship, not an airship.
Oh, not an airship. Yep, sorry. I guess I didn't specify that.
Why are we looking for a ship in a desert?
Yeah.
So it's an airship.
Yeah, and it's an ancient airship. So our helicopter crashed, and we found out about like ancient technology. So we're looking for the different ancient pieces throughout the desert. And yeah, it's all very thematic. Yeah, the sun is getting too hot, so we're drinking from our canteen, and now we're running out. We have this well, and that fucking sucks if you don't have the water carrier though. Because if we didn't have you, we would have died earlier on. Because then we all would have had to take a break, run to the well, so someone can excavate it, and then
Right, and then you
heal
gotta
us.
synchronize everybody for that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, so you definitely need kind of certain roles to win. Versus, I don't think Forbidden Sky you needed it as much. It is kind of nice. Hey, we need the climber, the knotsmith, stuff like that. So all their games kind of revolve around. Hey, you kind of really need specific roles. You can't really randomize it a whole lot. So yeah, it's a good gateway game. I'm not gonna get rid of it, because they definitely both have like their things that I like and things that I don't like about them. But babe, what do you like about it?
I just like it for old time's sake. I remember playing it a couple years ago. Still
My
liked
throat
it.
bleeding.
Yeah.
Straight up anger.
Yeah, I was really frustrated.
Yeah, she was very mad. I was very mad, and then I had a headache because I kept trying to beat it.
Yeah, that was the
Um,
part that I was mad about. I was like, just fucking quit.
I
Like,
couldn't.
and then I did
Couldn't.
rage dishes downstairs. I was throwing shit, and I hear him throwing shit upstairs.
I couldn't beat it. And then the next day during my school lunch break, I was like, I'm gonna try one more time, and then I beat it. And I've beaten it since then. Like, I would always be like, it's so fucking hard. But I think every time I've beaten it, I've had the climber in there. Just that extra, and the extra mobility because, like, you were stuck.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone's the climber, they're like, okay, I'm gonna go here and just clear this off. And they can take someone with them. So it's like, hey, archaeologist, let's go.
You want to learn how to climb?
You see that big fucking mountain of sand? Yep, we're just gonna go to that. I can't make it.
Well-
I gotcha.
That's where, like, this says, including tunnels, explorer and climber may move according to their special abilities. So, like,
You can move them through the blocked sand.
oh yeah,
And I
that's
think
so
and it says
busted.
whenever they move, they can take someone with them. So you move them into a spot with like the archaeologists, and they take them with them.
So essentially, if we had a climber and myself, I could make them move, and they can
Yeah.
take me
I
up
would-
to 12 spaces.
I would say in a 4-player game, you want the navigator, the water carrier, the archaeologist, and the climber. That's probably your
go-to.
dream team, because you're able to make sure people don't die from thirst, have the navigator move where they need to be moved, archaeologist to dig like a mother, and the climber to move people with them into areas that need it. Meteorologist is nice. I don't think he's not really that nice, because ultimately he can't do enough deck mitigation that it's gonna matter too much. But because it would be different if he could, like, when I drew like the cards, like the 6 cards, if I could rearrange them, but I can't. I can just look at it and be like, 'cause there are times where I'll draw and it's like, great, I didn't get a storm picks up, I didn't get a sun beats down. All right, this is what's happening. So I guess I can tell us what the storm's doing, but ultimately that's not really what we're too worried about. Because honestly, I'm never really worried about where the storm's going. Like, I'm never sitting there like, oh man, how is that storm gonna move? Because it's really here or there. It doesn't really affect a whole lot. It does, but kind of indirectly. I don't know. It's weird. I like it. It's thematic. I think it's cool. It's a cool mechanic. But yeah, Forbidden Sky, I think it knocks us out of the water. Or out of the sand. Ooh. So, scale of 1 to 10. Cat! A 3, I agree.
I'll give it a 7.
Good old 7.
Um,
We'll go round robin.
I think we did 7 last time. Oh yeah.
Do you like Forbidden Sky better than this one?
Yeah, I do. You're
You didn't
definitely
really
not
care
my
for-
favorite.
Yeah,
game,
he didn't even care too much for Forbidden Sky.
Yeah, so.
So I think you gave Forbidden Sky a
It's so
7.
functional. Yeah, I did give it a 7.
Couldn't remember.
It's like, I'm not like, oh boy, let's play that.
Oh
again.
boy,
No, I
Forbidden
can't.
Sky and
yeah,
Desert.
Let's go play. I'm like, can we just, like, I always said, let's play Runes. That's fun.
Literally,
Um,
can we just watch Halloween?
Can we play?
on my personal scale, I think I will lower it down a little bit because of the more random style of challenge. We'll just do 6.5.
6.5.
I'll give it a 6.5 also.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a 6.5. No, I think I'll go to a 6. Because I'm thinking about it since we played Forbidden Sky yesterday, and this one I have a clear thing on both of them. I do very much like Forbidden Sky. I think it is cool. And I gave Forbidden Sky an 8. So yeah, I think I'll give this one a 6. So 7, 6.5, 6.56. That's still not terrible. I do think it's an above average game. It is one of those co-ops that, like, I would play over some other co-ops, like Sword and Sorcery.
Oh, yeah. Groot!
So,
Oh, fuck you.
the Shadow Guild.
The Shadow.
So, anyway, that's our thoughts on Forbidden Desert.
I
Everyone,
do bad stuff. in the Shadow Guild.
let us know what you think of the game in the comments below.
As in larceny
Oh my
and
God.
murder.
Like, comment, share,
You didn't get
subscribe.
that from the name.
And have wonderful whatever type of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching this, and if you like this video, then click the subscribe button below to enjoy any video that I put out. And right next to that subscribe button is a little bell. Click that so you get notified of whenever I actually upload these videos. If you want to support the channel, you can definitely visit my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.